Alright, is everyone in the server? Anyone who's in the stage? Is everyone in here? We got 12 people. How many are in the server?
It should be 12. Yeah, 9312.
Alright, so everyone that's in here is in here. Alright, who's moving? Everyone in your seats?
The commanding officers are on their way.
So how's everyone's day going so far?
I want to die.
So do I.
I think they've been caught. Keep going. Keep going.
Just keep moving.
Just keep
Don't
moving.
be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. How's it going, everyone?
Hey,
You guys ever seen a human
welcome.
centipede before?
Who's outside the window?
Pixie,
A
inside.
machete. We're probably gonna have to get machete to switch his gun.
We have to do.
Alright.
Did you? I know, Machete, but we have rules and regs now. No,
And
not shotgun. M4.
oh, trust me, we planned this out in the command chat. I started recording a little bit after the Genshin joke, which I'm kind of sad I didn't start recording before that. I probably would have cut it anyway, but you know.
Alright, Machete's making a new kit.
Yep.
Alright. So obviously now we're here to kind of like correct some issues that have occurred over the many sessions. At least from my perspective in RGE, things get rough. Things like you guys get under pressure extremely easy to the point where I actually have to stop spawning things to alleviate you guys and give you guys some breathing room. That's just from my perspective, and I've also noticed many things. Primarily, let me just quickly tab over real quick because I didn't have it open. The primary things that the three of us have, Quinn, Gold, and I have noticed are communication and coordination have been very lacking. We have impatience, so things like people just running in front without paying attention, oftentimes getting themselves killed in the process. And now overall, another thing especially in RGE, that I will use to my best of my ability, is covering. The amount of times I have seen open places where I can easily set up an ambush. And I have many instances have caused a squad wipe because you guys weren't keeping a near 360 cover. And I will punish for not paying attention, especially in higher density areas, such as Kozlovka, which has a lot of buildings, a lot of streets. Naval has a lot of routes that enemies can take. DOU, I tend to try to like reinforce from the top and cause like them to shoot down on you while you're getting pressured from front. So like keeping a general like swivel and knowing where enemies are, where they can't come from, can really just overall prevent your team from being completely killed. So the first thing I did want to talk about though was communication and coordination. Now I don't of Quinn and Gold. I don't know if you guys want to say any examples on your own. But from what I have seen in RGE, the amount of times I have seen people just run straight in front of each other and just get shot by their own teammates. Most of the downs, the vast majority of the downs I have seen is due to that reason. Most of the deaths I have seen are caused by friendly fire. And I can hear when I'm in RGE, I can hear you guys talking in Roblox voice chat. And I get people asking, how did I die? How did I get down? And I'm thinking, well, because you just ran in front of this person who was just shooting and you got shot in the back of the head. So coordinate, communicate when you're moving. If it's simple, like just like quickly look behind you. We enabled the squad so you can see very quickly who it is. Like let's say I was in front of Gold right here to my left. So this handsome fellow. So let's say I was in front of him and I was gonna move in his line of sight. I would quickly look over to him and go, "Hey, Gold, I'm moving." And if I'm in front of him, he will hold his fire temporarily until I'm out of the way. Or vice versa. Another thing you can easily do is move around people. Move around in the back. You don't always have to be in the front. Gold, Quinn, did you want to add anything?
I hit it pretty good. I don't have anything additional I want to add.
I would like, so we'll deny these requests, but for the people who watch the video that I linked in event information, please be honest, I'm not going to yell at anybody who didn't, but I would like to kind of see, just for numbers, if you could press request to speak as it kind of lights up your name, and it's just a better visual for me. I'll deny it, we won't actually accept you to come up to speak, however, I do kind of just want to get essentially a head count.
Wait, what are you looking for?
Or just
from the video that I put in the event information, just something so I can get a head count of how many people actually watched it.
or in the rally or in the rally chat, just type PTS. I couldn't. Green wants to speak or have something.
Well, yeah, that was because that was the original thing that I said for it, so that meant that
yeah,
he
that he's watched
it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Machete. I'll discuss that with you later to see if we can fix that.
It might be a age thing. Like I know sometimes YouTube will stop if it thinks you're too young to watch it.
Yeah, but typically I have to manually set it. Most of the age stuff is manually set. Yeah, and 17. Actually, no, the 18 plus you still wouldn't be able to.
Auto moderate though. I thought YouTube auto moderate.
Yeah, but I would get a notification for that.
I watched it too, just so you know.
Well,
I was there. I didn't have to watch it.
I lived it, so. Okay, so it's a good percentage of you guys. So basically, I'm kind of glad that I recorded it. What happened at Quarry? No, not Quarry. I only linked the video where it was Scruffles, Ham, and I, and we were in Village.
I forget what it's called, but yes.
Yeah, the weird Village one. Les Dolina.
Yes.
But so that was a very good example of essentially what we're looking for the communication. And from my perspective, it was actually a little bit better, I think, because you can see me turning around to see who is behind me, seeing where Scruffles and Ham were. I don't know if Scruffles or Ham really looked around for theirs, but I know that I did. So that's kind of what we're going to try and get you guys to work more towards, so you can have better spatial awareness of who is around you. And it will also help you to track for footsteps, knowing if it's a friendly, knowing if it's an enemy, stuff like that. So we're just trying to get you guys to have more of the spatial awareness, which is hard because it is a video game, so you lose the proprioception or whatever the frick it's called.
Building up on what Quinn was just saying. In that video, I was running the medic kit, so I was using the medic loadout. Had all the medical and everything. I was consistently looking around, paying attention to where Ham and Quinn were, and I would adjust myself accordingly. I was always, to the best of my ability, in a spot where I was undercover, so I was less chance of being hit, but I was almost directly in the middle between Ham and Quinn. So if any of them were downed, I had an instant response. I was able to get to them. I wasn't far away from them. I could easily get to them, and I had a brief little plan mapped out on how I'm going to get there safely. Just awareness and just knowing, okay, he's over there, that person is over here. I'm the medic. I'm going to do my best to situate myself in between them so I can react accordingly.
And if you are playing as medic, then this should be common sense. However, I will still reinstate it, is if you are medic, you should be focusing on reviving others versus getting kills. If you need to get kills in order to get to the person, then yes, that will be the course of action that you take. However, if somebody's down and you know that they're down, don't start trying to, go against the entire enemy force. You should focus on the reviving, and if possible, focus on reviving others more than keeping yourself at full health the entire time. We all have limited amount of resources for healing, so we kind of need to use it sparingly, and it's better if we can pick them up, because any bit of health with more people alive is in many ways going to be better than having one person alive with full health.
Correct. And additionally, if you are in a state where you cannot easily get to said person, that is why GoldenEye took about a day and a half to finalize armory kits and the loadout. We felt like what we have right now is balanced. We can and will adjust accordingly as time goes on, based off of how it feels. As of right now, we are happy, but if you guys give opinions like, hey, I feel like changing XYZ about it, we'll look into it and we'll consider it. It's not set in stone. It's just a rough. Right now, this is what we're looking at, and it can change accordingly. But again, in the armory kit, we've given you guys a lot of deployables. So the main thing you can also use is the M83, the smoke grenade. Smoke grenades prevent, if the enemy's targeted you already, I can't speak today, Jesus Christ. If they have already spotted you and are shooting at you, they will continue to shoot through the smoke, but they're going to be significantly less accurate. Meaning, if someone's down and exposed in the open, instead of just running out there and grabbing them, throw a smoke grenade. Cover that area, your chances of being hit are less, and you can move around. Additionally, you can use the smoke grenades to hide your movements. So, coordinate according with its squad lead, coordinate, plan out, and move accordingly. Don't just act on yourself, because if I see people kind of just roaming around by themselves, not doing what they need, or like working with people, I will punish. And I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna drag you into a corner and beat you to a pulp kind of punish. I'm going to spawn an immense amount of AI to force you guys to stay a step back or make you guys sit there for a while and be in the constant fire engagement.
Scruffles has squad wiped us for mistakes. Because
Now,
somebody would make a mistake, he would spawn in a bunch of smokers or something, and then because of that, we were not in good positions to deal with it, and he basically just killed us all.
I will now in RGE. It is really hard, especially if I'm solo RGE. It is really difficult to track everyone's movements. My rule of thumb that I do is if you've been in this area, I consider it cleared and I will not spawn in AI in that area to like ambush you or to cause you flanks. Now, as I said, it's difficult. If I'm solo RGE, I'm trying to keep track of 10 people at a time. I can't see what every person is doing at the same time. So it makes it difficult. There's chances that I will miss where you've been and spawn in things that you have already cleared. So I do apologize if that does happen. Additionally, it is extremely difficult at nighttime. Reason why is RGE does not have night vision. When it's dark out, I can't see shit. It's pitch black. I can't see anything. So tracking your movements is incredibly difficult. And that's why I try to usually only do it during the daytime in game. But at sometimes during the night, I will, but it's harder for me to keep track of everything. So do bear with us when people are in RGE. It is harder.
We will also be starting to move in larger groups. Before we had split up into smaller groups, like sometimes we'd have like one person go and do something. We are going to implement a rule of it always being at least 2 people, 3 if we can. The 3 part is going to depend more on the squad size that we have. Like, for example, right now, we can do 2 squads of 5, basically. But the issue is we can't then split into 2 even groups of 3. So we would need to put the group of 3 towards whatever is going to be the most dangerous of the 2 groups. But we will be working in larger groups. They're still going to be small, but we're going to be working in slightly larger groups so that it's easier for RGE to keep track. And we will be doing it a little bit more conservatively than we used to. We used to basically just have like everybody spread out across the entire map. We're not going to be doing that.
Does anyone have any questions before we move on to the next thing? Tape PTS, or if you have any questions, request to speak in the stage.
We have Odd Skull.
Hello. What do you do when you die? And yeah,
If you like fully die and like you respawn,
yes.
It's gonna
can
vary between events. Some it's gonna be you wait and we'll have like a more set thing of how we get you back there, and then other ones, Scruffles will just put you back in RGE.
Yes. I can also like if I have 2 people in RGE, for example, most of the time it's me and Evil. I can have Evil temporarily hold on RGE, and I can have him drive or fly you to your location.
I
Okay.
think
So,
occasionally
can also
Evil
do
will
that.
also run resupplies for us, so it will vary between the different events. This one we do not have RGE, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
So
RG is not disabled, or it's not
You
enabled.
just
yeah,
get a vehicle and drive.
yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit more up to you for this one, unless we have enough people in the squad are down, and we will orchestrate a way to get you there that's more effective for the group.
Okay,
Yep.
sounds good.
So it's going to change from event to event. We can't have everything super consistent, unfortunately.
Yeah, the inconsistency with attendance will very, very much impact how we go about that kind of thing.
Yep.
That's a good.
Yeah, was that all, Odd-School?
Yes.
All right, cool. Anyone else have any questions? We do quick request to speak in the rally.
Yeah.
And Machete changed the muzzle.
Correct. The muzzle device. Muzzle devices off the top of my head. The FH556RC is one of them. Then all the muzzle devices that accept suppressors are listed in the document.
Yeah, if you guys
I
need
know for a
anything for the
fact they're
loadout,
those.
it's all listed very nicely in the document.
Yeah.
Oddskull, this is official progression, so you will be getting money for this event, and then hopefully you'll be able to buy it afterwards.
Correct.
Okay. Yes, thank you. The general plan for this is to kind of go through just backtracking a little bit here. The general plan for this is to start with practicing what we go through, like the 3 steps that we have, incorporating them into clearing out locations, and then you will go towards a location and put it all into like what we could say a test, quote unquote. If the area that we have selected for the quote unquote test does very well, we'll send you guys over towards, I think we said Naval Gold.
Start out with Naval would be the first real test without RGE, and if we do well in Naval, then we move into Fort with RGE.
Yes, so
we start in Ronograd. If Ronograd goes well, then we move into Naval, no RGE. If we do Naval well, like minimal casualties, 0 deaths, then we move into Fort with RGE enabled.
So yeah, so with Fort, you guys will be obviously, with me and RGE, have fun. I'm gonna make you guys really fight for it. Odd-School.
Really quickly
wants to-
before that, so if we do get to when we get to RGE, Scruffles, and Gold and I have already discussed for some of the things that we kind of want to put in place that will utilize RGE. So some of the RGE, the best advice that I can give is if you know anything about close quarters combat, we will be working on ensuring that you know how to do that. So like clearing doors, clearing the actual staircases, breaching, we're going to punish for failure of any of those areas.
Yes, that will be Quinn and Gold will kind of take you guys through some of that stuff while you're going through some areas.
Yeah, we'll
to practice that.
We'll coordinate with Scruffles and we'll like go slower in some of the areas so that we can try and get you guys to do it. We'll of course go faster for like after we get used to it, but for the first bit we will try and make it so that you guys can get used to the things, since it's something that we've tried to get you guys to do, but we haven't done that much for official trainings or officially like going through it, so it's still gonna be new for you guys.
Luigi, you said ETS. If you can request this week. No, so I'll just invite you to speak.
So, question about naval: are we allowed to do it the way we normally do it with helicopters, or are we doing it with ground vehicles?
You're going ground vehicle straight through the front entrance.
Okay, that's all I really had to ask.
Let me put it this way: you're not doing it the Pixie way, okay?
No, Gold came up with that strategy.
Oh, Pixie was the one I knew that
depends
did that.
on-
So.
Depends on which way you take it. Pixie did come up with the way to take out the AA early. I came out with the way to steal the vehicles while.
No, I came out with the way of taking care of the AA, but with vehicles. Someone else put that point with helicopters, and just ramming a helicopter into that docks.
Oh,
And then
I
someone
did that
else
with
came up with that
Scruffles
just being a
before.
full assault tactic onto the entire facility.
Scruffles and I basically did like a suicide crash into the docks before.
Yeah, but we found a way to do it successfully and get the helicopter back out of there.
No. Well, we didn't get the helicopter out, but Scruffles and I did it very successfully. We cleared out the majority of the place.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if we were allowed to use helicopters, because that's a better strategy than using cars. And if anything, a better strategy for using cars is to drive them off the bridge heading towards Naval and just do the side route of Naval. The front of Naval is not the best way of going in that place whatsoever.
That's why I'm like making you guys do it.
Okay.
Gotta add some difficulty.
Can we put Gold in the front vehicle?
Why me?
That's for you guys to sort out on your own. I'm not.
Yeah, that as it is, that is the kind of strategy that the squad leads devise with their squad.
Okay, that's all I had to ask.
Alrighty. Alright. And now we got one more with Odd Skull. And then after Odd Skull, we will move towards the next section.
What voice chat is needed or recommended? Is it recommended Roblox or recommended Discord?
I personally want to, for the sake of making it easier, I would prefer Roblox voice chat. The reason why is when you're in Discord and you're in let's say you have 8 people in your squad and you're all communicating at the same time, everyone's talking over each other. It gets all mixed up. While you're in Roblox voice chat, it's easy. You only hear who you're talking to. You don't have to pay attention to Discord. I would ultimately prefer that the setup is everyone uses Roblox voice chat. Now, I know there's some people who do not use voice chat, but have it, that being Pixie and Machete off the top of my head. They work very well with Gold, for example. And I know Gold can pay attention to their text. So I'll always make sure. Oh, and Kevin. Thank you, Pixie. I'll always have them run with Gold because I know they work together and I know they can coordinate very nicely with each other without the needs of constant verbal communication. So, but overall, I would prefer using Roblox voice chat and then the squad leads, that being Quinn, myself, Gold, and Haminator, to be able to then talk in Discord VC as if like you're radioing towards your squad, if that makes sense. It's like when you're sticking together with people in, it's like in Killer Jar Jar is midget. So like let's put it this way. You have 8 people in your squad. You split it down into 4 and 4. One group of 4 goes one way, another group of 4 goes another way. If you're in a Discord call, all 8 people are trying to talk about different things that are going on. Well, if you were using Roblox voice chat, while you were using Roblox voice chat, you would stick with the 4 people that are next to you. You won't be hearing the other 4 getting your communications mixed up. That is why I would ultimately prefer if you use Roblox voice chat, but I know some people don't have it. I know there's one person who, even though it has the ability to get it, Roblox isn't letting them have voice chat for whatever reason. They've tried communicating, they can't get it. I don't know why. And I know there's some people who don't use mics because they don't want to or they don't have it.
And some
So-
people who get banned very quickly from the voice chat.
That too, yes, because Roblox is very sensitive.
Yep.
Yep.
I've gotten banned many of times.
Same
So
here.
did I. I got banned for calling someone fat. And I was banned from Roblox for 2 days because I called a person in voice chat fat. So yes.
Yeah, I think that we should have a way for private servers to disable that.
Yeah, I can't use Roblox voice chat.
Gotcha. Well, did that answer your
Alright.
question, Obstacle?
Thank you.
Yes, of course. All right. Now that there's no one else has requested to speak, I'm gonna say now impatience. To me, everyone seems to be impatient where they just run in front. Like it almost feels like you guys have the need to be in there first to run in front, and then by doing so you get in the way of everyone else. Especially when you're going through tight corridors such as Ronograd City, going through all those buildings. Bunker is a huge one with people getting away of each other. You have the tunnels at Mountain. You have a little bit of DOU. Like those, just as some examples. I have seen so many people just go straight in front of everyone else. And if I had friendly fire on at that time, you just would have been down. And this is also think about in the future. I want to do it where it is a little hard, quote unquote hardcore, where the HUD is disabled, but I know I can't do that because we have people that don't use mics and rely on text chat. But friendly fire, I do want to eventually get it to the point where downs or revives are disabled, meaning if you're dead, if you get shot down, you're just dead. And friendly fire is the quickest way to die, because our weapons do significantly more damage than the enemies. So just be aware that you do not have to be first.
There is no kill counter, there is no KD score for you to, brag about or anything. I'm pretty sure that nobody here even counts their kills or anything. So there is no actual reason to try and just be the one that gets all the kills. It's only going to hurt you and the rest of the squad, because it is a solo act. The solo acts, it historically in just about everything, are what screw you and the team. Even in professional jobs that have actually no risks of death, it screws over the team and everybody else.
Yep. So just, you don't have to be in front. Just communicate. Simply just go, oh, okay, this person's in front of me. They have the front covered, but no one's paying. I don't see anyone paying attention to the left. Okay, pay attention to the left side. Keep the left side cleared, and again, coordination. it leads into the coordination work. Just because you're not in front doesn't mean you're not doing anything. I will still spawn things in for you to shoot at, to engage with. So like, you just don't have to be the first one in. It's pretty much what it is.
Slow and steady will almost always be the best method for these types of things. The only time where it isn't is if we need to actually like rush the enemy because if we don't, there will be a more dangerous thing occurring if we run out of time. So like, for example, when mortars are coming down on top of us, it's a little bit more important to go quickly if we have no cover. But if we don't have an issue where we need to rush into cover, we have to go slower.
Correct.
And the
very
squad
quick.
leaders will figure out for when we have to move quickly versus go slow. You guys will not.
Yep.
You can voice concerns, but it's our decision. We will make it. Because we are sometimes smart. As you guys can clearly see by how we've been acting this entire time.
Nothing
I
but
don't know.
professional here. Also, Machete, you may ask a question, and because I know you're on mute, you may just type it.
I ate some Tylenol before this.
Supercharging your autism for this?
Yeah. Did you hear that it causes you to be force sensitive?
Oh,
I
hang
did
on.
not.
Hang on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the store real quick. Okay, me have these.
Well, because we want to have the force. Do you not want to have the force?
I want to be a space wizard.
Yeah, we want to have the force because we're not weird.
You don't need to be that in depth. That you just really all we really expect is like, hey Machete, I'm gonna move in front of you to cover on the opposite side, or not even that far. Just Machete, I'm moving in front of you. Hold your fire.
We're mostly looking for you to not shoot each other in the back of the head.
Exactly.
We want you to cover the angles and not kill each other.
And Machete, if you noticed how long that took you to type, it is incredibly unrealistic for us to expect you guys to expect the mutes at least to communicate like that.
Also, question
Yes.
here: how many people can actually see what 100 feet looks like in this game?
Yeah.
I want to see a raise of hands. I'm any unit of measurement. Can you see it?
Wait, hang on.
I can't. And I've been playing this. I have too much time spent in this game, and I cannot like actually get a good feel for distance.
Hey, Quinn, I hate to break this to you, but I am currently 33 meters away from Herv. That means I am 100 feet away from Herv. Okay, there you go.
Great. So next up, how do you tell for the enemy position?
I don't know.
See,
Exactly.
so once we get to more where we need more specifics, like it doesn't work to call out that, the squad leaders will work for the different things if we need to communicate with each other. That will have a little bit more depth. However, for you guys, we are expecting,
Bare
at least
minimum.
for now, the bare minimum to not shoot each other in the back of the head and to cover your angles. Because it's
Also-
either everybody's looking in front, not covering the sides, not covering behind you, or it's
This is
running in front of
something
each
that
other.
I don't want to cut you off here, but
You're good.
one thing that I do want to point out, there will be no people using mounted turrets on vehicles. Even in bunker, we will not be doing that. It's entirely going to be foot soldier combat. The only people in a vehicle will be the person driving said vehicle. And even at that, if we're actually deploying out to a spot, you're just parking it, and then all going out to do something.
So, building on what Gold said, I don't mind if you bring up a vehicle to use for a little cover, or like if you do use the turret. If one person gets locked out of the turret and is there So like if the driver like moves up the vehicle up in the front, but then gets out of the vehicle and you just have someone in the turret using the MG. But the
That is
reason
fine.
why that is fine, but the reason no call signs machete. But the reason why I do request that it does happen like that is because the main issue is attendance. Right now, excluding me, you have 11 people. So 11 people, like if I was an RGE, you had 11 people running around. You cut that in half. You have a squad of 6, a squad of 5. If we were to have 2 people in 2 vehicles, so that's 4 people out of 11 that are being locked to vehicles. That is a good chunk of people that is being locked out of combat and restricted to its vehicles.
And only 2 of those 4 can actually shoot.
Correct.
So I
it's
would rather
2
have
less
more
guns.
people on the ground than
They're
I'd
trying
rather
to
have
make
more
this-
people on the ground.
We're trying to make this enjoyable for everybody, and by locking 4 people out, 2 of which are not even seeing any kind of combat, it's not exactly going to be conducive.
If
to that.
Scruffles decides to do one of his mass armies of RPGs, then we may, because that's when it turns less into the actual event and
Serious,
more
and
into
that is
the,
just-
hey, we're just gonna fuck around now.
Yeah, we're all burned out. We don't want to do this. It's now time to fuck around and do just jack shit.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I don't spam RPGs.
Yeah, sure you don't. But also
I would never.
the only time that we might slightly use 4 call signs is when we split up into smaller groups. We might designate for like Alpha and Bravo and stuff like that.
Someone's
When I
talking
think
in voice
you're-
chat, I don't know.
I think that was Quinn. That sounded like Quinn.
I'm
Quinn's right
muted
here
in
in
the
front
other
of us.
thing. I'm also muted in Roblox.
Oh, that was midget.
But so like we might do it to where we may like break up that way and do those call signs, but it's not going to be everybody individually because we have too many people in the server and not enough of them show up for it to really be useful. Because like how many people are in the server again? I don't even know. But so if we
75.
were but we would have to like reassign them each and every single time because we need to account for the new number of people. We need to account for, hey, we're moving you to a different squad because the numbers don't line up properly. Like if we had all 12 people, we gave them like the Bravo designation. We need to send them some of those people over to Alpha. So they're all going to get new call signs. Everybody has to get used to it. So it's going to be too much to give everybody their own thing. But we can do it. We can, for some people, like, we can shorten up names. Because I know that I'm not going to be running around and, you know, screaming Jar Jar Binks every single time or something. Or
Yeah.
Killer Drums 519. Hirsch of the Void 27. So, like, we will get them shorter, but it's more going off of their actual name. Another reason for it is we can see who's around us, so now we don't have to look and say, oh, hey, look, here's Scruffles, let me remember what his call sign is.
Yes.
Also, Fuji, you're not in the right text channel. Hit
Or
backslash
you have-
and hit 000.
No, it's not that. It's also he probably has the active disabled. Yeah, he has one of his radio or active disabled. I believe so, at least. Or yeah, I think no, he's in the
Well,
radio.
Machete, that's why we are
000.
doing these. It's so that you can get better at it. I'm not great at close quarters combat either, but the whole
So-
point
What training's there for?
and the whole point of this is we are getting you guys to work as a unit. So you don't need to be the best player because you'll have other people. That's the
Yep.
point of a team. That's the whole point.
So,
if we wanted
before we-
solo acts, then we would have just thrown you in on your own.
Before we go into the next, the last section of like what we're gonna be doing, Machete. Now this is for everyone, but Machete did say this. He's like, which is why I'm going to run medic. The squad leads will determine who is running what. That is
Correct.
why I have the preferred roles, is so they can easily see, hey, okay, now let's say for this machete, let's say you have medic and the marksman as preferred. You're with gold. Gold can look like gold can look at your rolls and go, oh, he prefers one of these two. Okay, I can put him in this role. So that's what's gonna happen. The main premise is we do a briefing, go through the briefing, you guys get sent on your way. After the briefing, the squad leads are gonna have a mini briefing, but it's more so like
3G is not command.
it's more like a battle, like setting up your plan. It's like
Splitting
you're
into
situating
groups,
it, or
figuring out the roles, figuring out the
Yes.
plan for what we're going to be attacking, how, who's doing what.
correct.
Also,
So-
Scruffles, little side note because I don't feel like typing it. We're going to get everybody to add in their preferred roles, and then I'm going to put it into a spreadsheet.
Okay,
That'll be an
makes sense.
easier, like, quick look at it.
You could just click on their name and look at it.
Well, yeah, but then we have to do that for each and every single person as opposed to just pull up a spreadsheet and easily see everybody.
Go to members and then sort by role.
True.
All right. So the last thing before I send you guys on your way, well, I'll follow someone. The main premise also at the end of the day is just covering. The amount of times I've seen people just not cover, they all look at one direction, is pretty frequent. If I see people not paying attention and I know it's in an unexplored place that you have not cleared out, I will capitalize on that. And there will be guys shooting at you from a different angle that catches you off guard. So I'm gonna keep this very brief and quick so we can get going. Just cover. If someone's in the front, leave them to deal with the front so they can call out the front. Pay attention to the other sides. It all leads into coordination. Hey, he's covering this, I'll cover this other side. Quick, easy, simple. You'll save each other's backs.
We'll also, as we get into some of the other trainings, I do have plans for working on some of the formation stuff. So, like, how we move in, your positioning in where you are will determine kind of where you're looking. So, like, obviously, if you are in the back of the squad, you're going to be covering behind you. If you're in the front, you're going to be covering the front, because it would be kind of useless if you were in the front and you had to look behind you. What are you going to shoot at? Through your entire squad? So we're going to work on some of those that will kind of be more of a standard for some of them. And then, of course, you'll have outliers. It's not going to be a set every single time. There's no such thing. But it'll help to give you guys a general idea of the different covering and the formations and such.
So, one thing that Machete did say about the marksman rifle that we have, the rifle we have selected for the marksman, is the STGW. The reason why we did choose that was because it does have a higher range potential as M4A1, but it also still uses the 556, and we wanted to keep something that will be effective at range, but still use the same ammo as the primary, as the M4A1, which is what the medic and rifleman uses, so you can easily share ammo and not have to be like, shit, I'm out of my own ammo, what am I gonna do? You can easily take ammo from someone else.
Because Rifleman has, what, I think that it's 16 times 20 rounds of ammo, that's loose ammo alone. And then we have, I think that it's like another bunch of mags that are 30 each. So, like, the Riflemen have a lot of ammo, so making it to where everybody has the same ammo makes it to where the Riflemen can supply ammo to the medics. I know that I supplied a lot of ammo to Scruffles when we were doing the two places, so it makes it a lot easier for us to be able to share ammo. If our marksman doesn't share ammo with us and they run out of ammo, what do we have them do? It kind of, now they can't be a marksman. They're basically running in with a pistol.
So, I just want to Golden and I, when we were looking at this, we were saying what could be a good rifle that is different, that kind of like separates them from the others. That was our also main thing, was because if we kept it the M4A1, it would be like, what's the point of having a marksman type role? They're using the same thing. What's the difference?
Medic
So that was
Medic has a reason for still having the same gun because they don't have an increased or decreased range. The only difference between them versus the riflemen is the amount of ammo that they have compared to medical supplies, which is really all that they need.
The Medic's M4A1 is also shorter. It has a shorter barrel.
Yeah.
So that's also to emphasize them having less weight, meaning they have more speed. We want the medics to be fast. We want them to be able to run around quickly and get to the people as necessary.
Hey, Scruffles, are you still running the medic loadout at the moment?
No, because unfortunately, the medic costs $620.
Oh.
And we're not in RGE.
So for reference, for whenever somebody runs as medic, the rifleman is 24.1 kilograms. And I don't even have all the grenades.
My setup is 31 and a half. So I'm in the red.
So rifleman is slow.
Gotcha. Okay. Right now, Gold quickly had to step away. He will probably be back in the next few minutes, though.
Yeah, it shouldn't take that long.
Well, we...
Shenanigans coordinator.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Hey, Quinn, do you like my patch? I'm
not totally useless. I can be used as a bad example. Is that what your teacher told you in school?
Uh-huh.
Why is that not surprising? Hey, Scruffles, Fuji's doing what you did whenever you got put in the corner.
Fuji, stop touching the little boys, okay? Come on, dude.
How would he fit a little boy over there?
It's a little boy.
Midget. Fuji needs you. He needs a midget. Yeah, midget, get into the corner. Get into the corner, midget.
Instantly runs over there. No question. No doubt. Just, okay, I accept.
You know, I was very surprised when I put up the short about bullying midget. I was like, I am sure that I'm going to get a lot of backlash for what I said. Nope. There was nothing in the comments.
Oh, no, of course not.
So many people watched it. The only upset comment that I got was somebody was not a fan that I was playing Roblox because of the whole lawsuit crap. I was like, I don't give a shit. We're all the predators.
You see, Quinn, that just means everyone hates the blacks.
Exactly. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Where's the video? I've sent it. I'll send it to you again.
Alrighty.
I'll put it back
up. Gold is finishing what he's doing. Just as a reference, guys. Perf, get back here, please. Pretty please. As a reference, the vehicles that are being used is a Cougar and the supply truck. So, those, because, again, I do force first person. I would prefer to use strikers. However, strikers cannot be seen in first person. So I had to just stick with Cougars as it's the next best thing. So
would it be nice if there was a way to only lock it for some people? or
would be
something.
nice,
Or
yeah.
like if you could make it to where it only locks when you're outside of a vehicle.
Or if they don't have as much health as the strikers, but it does have the next best health. So, all right, let's see. Yes, we will be moving. Gold, if you can hear me, do you have a rough ETA? Herf, the Cougar has a slightly less. Gold just said. Okay, Gold says he's not sure.
Damn.
So we can start getting people moving. Oh, let me just message him.
Oh. If everything's set up though, then the test shouldn't be that long.